Hello. What's up? This is last week's schedule, and I just realized that, and I totally forget. Can't blame anyone but myself for that. This should be the schedule. Yeah! So, hello. What's up, Six? We are going to be playing some more Kingdom tonight. I would say as per usual as in Tuesday, but certainly with Tuesdays because being our Kingdom and so let's go Pikachu. So, yeah, that's kind of a thing. Still a little sick by the way. Don't mind the coughing. Or else I might hurt someone. No, it won't be. Anyways, let's talk about this week's schedule. So there was no stream on Sunday. Bonus stream on Monday didn't happen. But there might be one on Friday. I haven't decided yet. And Wednesday there's probably never gonna be like a bonus streamer say because as a big Star Wars nerd, I want to watch Obi-Wan. And I watch it with my parents. I wait for them to come home. And then when they're home, we watch it together. And then I'm just like, okay, time for bed. Because I have work in the morning. Because I need to go to bed early too. Because I have to get up at like 5 a.m. So that's why we can't stream too late either. So, before we begin, Alexa, tell us an interesting fact. Thanks for that interesting fact, Alexa. So, and for the rest of the week, as per usual, Danganronpa S this Thursday. A robot night. So that's gonna be Chihiro, Nekamaru, Kibo, and Yusumi. Not in that order, by the way. Friday, like I said, potential bonus stream. I don't know. May talk to the friendos. May do a little 7 days to die. Maybe some Gartic Bone. I know. It probably will be with the friendos if it is a bonus. Or it would be a Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu makeup stream because I forgot to do that one last week. Totally didn't make up for one last week. Whoops. I was just having fun Friday. So, shush. Last Friday when I said I would maybe do one. So, anyways, and then Saturday, unsure about Gmod. I've been unsure about Gmod for like past ever. I'm even considering not streaming Gmod anymore and just leaving Saturdays open. But I love having archives of Gmod so that way people can be like, haha, that was a funny moment. Because I actually, out of all of my archives, I don't typically go back to a lot of them, but I do go to the Gmod ones occasionally. Because there's just some funny moments that I want to relive again, and they're so funny. So, that's just kind of how it goes. Every time I'm like, I want to watch Gmod stuff. I couldn't do that if I stopped doing archive. I'm probably not gonna lie, most of our clips do come from Gmod because sometimes just something hilarious happens. Like insanity over Genshin wins. I'm referring back to like I always prefer Gmod clips. I don't know why they're the funniest to me, but they are. Anyway, tonight we have Aura Kingdom. We're going to be doing Cotton Hill, so it's probably going to be another shorter stream tonight. So, sorry about that. But I do, like I said, I do have work in the morning, of course, so if you want to go too late. So, yeah. I think we should just hop into the game. Let me get some vibes. Oh. Had to do something real quick before we get started. There we go. Can't let you guys know when I get notifications on Discord. That would be crazy, right? Absolutely. Anyways, we have to head over to Mr. Gias. That way he can give us our next quest. So chill vibes. I'm digging it. I'm like really digging this one. I'm trying different like lo-fi chilled beats. So far, I have not got DMCA'd on any of them because I'm very picky on like what channel I go to. But I think music is a little too loud. On my end, at least. I'm gonna turn it down just a bit for myself. Let me know if that became too quiet for you guys, because I can turn it back up. So. Yeah. There we go. That's our next quest. While you're away at Port Morton, Alex arrives with his troops at Candian Hill, but he has said no word of any conflict. No conflicts at Captain Hill. Isn't that a good thing? Merely chimes in. That would be, if such is the case. However, I find it troublesome that Alex has yet to return. He and his troops have been away too much longer than expected, Gus explains to Merely. You believe Gus's concerns have merit. If all what Inside the factory at Gatton Hill, Alex had returned to the church. Natavia. I worry Alex and his soldiers might have met with some trouble. I must ask you to travel to Gatton Hill to confirm that they are well. If anything trouble happens, I certainly hope that it has not. No one but you is more suitable to help them. Please go quickly and investigate. If Alex requires assistance, you must do whatever you can to aid him. I leave this matter in your hands. Attention. Yep. Okay, cool. Is that you, Nightavia? What are you doing here? Alex appears once again caught off guard by your arrival. You greet Alex and tell him that you are here to assist at Gus's request. If I didn't know any better, I think Gus had lost faith in me. With him sending you along with every mission I'm assigned. The situation with the Alvians have given me a dreadful headache, Alex moans. Natavia, I'm afraid you must embrace yourself, but the villagers are likely to be uncooperative. Alex warns profusely. When I received word of a crisis, I sent out for the village at once, but upon arriving with my troops, I was barred from entering and refused any explanation. Eventually, I learned the Alavians of Toka suspected the villagers of stealing their ceremonial vestibule, though no evidence of this crime was ever found. Nevertheless, they remain unwavered in their accusations and now are launching invasion against the village. As it happens, I took the opportunity to speak with Albion personally. And though they confirmed the sus of the ceremonial vestibule, they refuse to tell me anything more. So if the situation is as it appears to be, what is preventing me from simply attacking the Toga? Alex asks with frustration. It's clear his anger has been boiled for quite some time. The troops have arrived, but as of yet, there's nothing they can do. And returning to Nightavia without achieving anything is simply not an option. Bah! Is it enough for me to call Yersay? Perhaps we should disobey the village's chief's orders and launch an attack anyways. I am not being serious, of course, but I can't help but feel the village chief is hiding something from us. It is possible he does not fully trust the Templars. Perhaps you, Nightavia, will have better luck getting the village chief to disclose what is truly going on here. Alright. So, I'm supposed to be the barrier. Cool. And you are? Alton asks waringly, eyeing both you and Merely, who is skepticism. What? Are we not trustworthy? How dares I? How dares I? Sorry, wrong emote. How dares I assume we are suspicious people? I mean, to be fair, I am the spare side of Nitro, so... And it's like, I guess you could say I'm kind of going through a bit of a villain arc being here on the stream mostly, I guess. If that's how you want to go with it or something. You respectfully introduce yourself and merely to Upton, and you tell him that you have come at Gus's request. Ah, so you're Nightavia. The mayor of Helena told me so much about your good deeds. She said that you were instrumental of righting them of the pirates. Truly, you must be a compassionate, honorable young lady. Thanks, Mayor. Yep, definitely honorable. I must say, though, I had no idea you were coming to help us. We are truly fortunate indeed. With some of your abilities, Katan will surely be prepared during this difficult time. Upton looks at you hopefully. You assure Upton that you will do whatever you can to assist him and the villagers, but also that in order to do so, you must better understand the situation. At hearing these words, Upton's optimistic expression fades. Our village is actually... Upton hesitates, then lets it aside with defeat. In truth, I was not completely forthcoming with Lord Alex. It is as simply that I'm at a loss of what to do. Aside from blatantly intimidating my people, the chief of the Toka has sent an Imboya to speak with me privately. He made it clear that they are furious with us and are seeking the church's support. The Imboya also stated that if the Templars were to launch an attack on Toka, for as long as they are of any of the tribe's descendants live, Katan would be cursed. As you know, the Aliens are well versed in magical curses, and if they are to cast one upon this village, the consequences will be too horrible to imagine. If were to occur, the Templars would simply leave once it's all over, but the villagers and I would be left to bear the consequences for generations to come. As their leader, my first duty is to my people. Even if the situation with the Tokas cannot be resolved, I refuse to allow any harm to come to this village. The village chief has made it clear that he won't sink attack upon the Avians, and that he will simply doing what he believes is best for the village. Merely says thoughtfully, beholding Upton with deep respect. It's truly regrettable because of this, a potential rift has occurred between my village and the Templars. For that I am unsure how to address Lord Alex. I'm simply at a loss for word. Now that you have heard the whole story, I trust that you will make the decision that will be best of all of our interests at heart. I leave it to you to decide whether to tell Lord Alex about what you have learned here today. But let me also say this. I am well aware of Lord Alex's suspicions. The villagers of Katan have never and would never steal the Albion Ceremonial Festival. You have my word. Okay. And from there, we'll divide into smaller unions. Remember to report back to me what you observed during your patrols outside the village. Upon returning to the military encampment, you overhear Alex instructing his troops. Yes, sir! The soldiers salute Alex and quickly set about carrying his orders. Ah, Nitavia, you have returned. Have you managed to learn anything new? Alex asked, turning to you. You tell Alex of your meeting with the village chief, and that all that he revealed to you. At hearing this, Alex turns noticeably frustrated, but quickly composes himself. I suppose it all makes sense now, and it extended an invitation to the village chief to meet with me, and it is time he and I spoke. Alex said to the soldier standing at his side. After a short while, the soldier returns accompanied by Orton. Mr. Alberton, Natavia has already updated me on the current situation. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I am the mage sent by the magic division to provide reinforcements to you and your village. Alex appearing unsure what to say next, and just as for the person standing behind him to come forward. Hello, Mr. Upton. I am pleased to meet you. I'm Erica, also a mage of the magic division. I have been assigned to handle the more delicate details regarding this matter with the Alvians. Erica as respectfully to our son. You're surprised to see her. Oh, is she the one who has a crush on us? Is she the lesbian? Our common enemy, the Albion, have extensive knowledge of curses, which is also a great concern to the magic decision. Can you rest assured, however, that I will find a way to thwart any curses to the Albions cast upon your village. Erica pledges earnestly, noticeably easing the village's chief dread. I convey most certainly gratitude to the church for helping us in this matter. I'm genuinely sorry for harboring doubts. We will do whatever we can to assist you. I considered this matter in the past. Unfortunately, there are more intimate concerns in which require our attention. My soldiers and I have been stationed here longer than anticipated, and our provisions are running low. We require your assistance with resupplying our rations. We are more than willing to help, but I am sure you have noticed many herds of goats dotting our village. They are used to graze solely near Willman Ranch, but recently they have started to make their way inside the village gates. Regrettably, these herds have devoured most of our crops, but little remains in sacredly is scarce enough to feed the villagers. If we given up a portion of what we have left to the soldiers, wandering goats, the solution is simple. You need to only drive them away from the village. Natavia, perhaps you could handle this task. Once this task is taken care of, Erica will assist you with other matters. We finally get to fight things. Woo! Alright, let's do this. Oh, so let's get an L on that here. Have you relocated the goats away from the village? It's no wonder why you're well known, Nightavia. Efficiency is certainly one of most of your strong suits. Erica smiles at you fondly. Yep, she's the lesbian. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's like they wrote the script though, like as like the character being a guy. Criteria. I sense traces of a curse on you. Could it be coming from the ghost? No. It's something coming somewhere further away. Erica studies you carefully, detecting something unseen. She begins to chant an incarnation as you begin to feel magical powers radiating from her and drift towards the herd of goats. And Atavia, a soldier stationed outside the village, runs towards you. Atavia, it's the goats. They've returned. What do we do now? There are snappers living near the village in Windmill Ranch. They are encroached on the goats' habitat. which may explain why they keep wandering back into the village. According to the shepherd, the snappers usually live farther away, but they have recently moved closer to the village and become abnormally hostile. It seems to me that until the snappers are dealt with, the goats will ever stay put near the Whale Mill Ranch. Something about what the soldier described rubs you the wrong way. As you ponder what the soldier said, Erica finishes casting her magic. She doesn't look happy. As I suspected, there's a cursed aura around Windmill Ranch. The Togas must have done something to the snappers, and it appears the danger lurks more closely than any of us anticipated. If this curse is cast on a human being, the consequences will be unthinkable, Erica admits grimly. I'll get to work on the magic to block the Albions curse right away. Natavia, please tell Lord Alex about this. If there's anything he needs help with, I'm sure he'll need to depend on you greatly. We report to Alex and relay to him the soldier's observation, as well as Erica's discovery. The Albions curse has altered the snappers' behavior, turning them hostile and causing them to invade the goats gazing on. The birds also have begun moving increasingly close to the village. Hearing this, Alex is incensed. Curse the Albions. Not only have they had the audacity to threaten the villagers, but it's clear now that they are also plotting something truly sinister. Will they stop at nothing? Alex returns to his soldiers, wasting no time in dispensing orders. Ready yourselves at once. We head to battle. As the soldiers hurriedly prepare for battle, the general mood permeating the village grows increasingly intense. You turn around to see Alex and Airbud holding a conference. For the safety of the villagers, a curfew will be imposed while battle against the Albions will be wagered. It's paramount that everyone stays inside the village. Of course, I understand. I shall notify the villagers of the curfew. Obtain justice to the villagers to capture their attention, but stops suddenly, looking worried as he recalls something. I just remember the treasure hunters are staying at Windmill Ranch, but I'm afraid I have no authority over them. Truthfully, I am uncertain whether they will heed the curfew. I see. Please proceed with notifying the villagers of the situation. As for the treasure hunters, Alex faces towards you. Natavia, I leave this matter to you. You shall act as my representative to inform the treasure hunters of the curfew and ensure their cooperation. It's simple. I will defeat them in battle. They have to listen to me if I defeat them in battle, of course. Upon entering the ranch, you see two men enraged in a heated argument. A female soldier standing nearby helplessly looks on. I'm telling you, ain't nobody gonna lay their hands on my ranch. Listen, we're only evacuating the grounds. No damage is gonna come to you or your precious livestock. I even agreed to compensate you, and generously at that. Stop it at once, both of you. Surely this can be discussed calmly. You step in to attempt to meditate this disagreement and ask the men to explain what happened. Natavia, Hermione says, looking to you for support. You nod assuredly, signaling that you have agreed to handle the situation. You quickly introduce yourself to Chapman and Harley, and do your best to explain your intentions. Harley, the rancher, readily agrees to follow the curfew, but Chapman makes it clear that he will not cooperate. A curfew? No way. What about all of her work? Chapman reports expiration. Listen here and listen good. When the treasure hunters ain't working, we're wasting our employees' times. If you best believe that they ain't gonna pay us just to sit around and do nothing. Instead of declaring war on the Albions, shouldn't you be searching for the ceremonial vessel? Wouldn't that solve your problems? The chaplain went on, not waiting for your reply. The way I see it, Since neither the villagers nor us treasure hunters have ever seen the ceremonial festival, it could have been stolen by bandits or something. I heard there's a bunch of them somewhere here near Rattlesnake Camp. Ain't possible. I've been living here a long time and I've never been harassed by no bandit. And there ain't hardly any robberies nowadays anyhow. Hardly insists. Before you can respond, the soldier from the village approaches and speaks briefly with Hermione. Hermione turns to you. I apologize for the interruption, Nitavia, but I have just been informed of an urgent mission that requires your attention. Erica needs you to collect the bird feathers and claws for her. She needs these ingredients to prepare a counterspell. Revealed to hear Erica has found a way to thwart the curse, you gladly accept the mission and proceed to ask Hermione where the items can be found. You can collect these items from the snappers nearby, and once you are finished, you can hand them over to me. I'll grab that later. Oh, that was easy. But we only have like... Three and cuatro. I see Nitavia is as skillful as ever. These should be enough. Hermione looks pleased with the quality of feathers and claws you've collected. Just as you hand these items to Hermione, you see Alex heading towards you, followed by his elite forces. Nitavia, has the matter with the treasure hunters been settled? You explain the champion series to Alex and suggest that the declaration of war against the Alvians delay a short while, noting that it would be wise to first investigate Rattlesnake Camp, rumored bandit hideout. We simply cannot afford to wait any longer. The threats made against the villagers are increasing. We need to resolve this mess before it's too late, Alex says, exasperated, refusing to listen any longer to your proposal. There's still little time before the troops are deployed. You may use this time to carry out your investigation, Alex says, lamenting a long silence. If, however, you are unsuccessful in finding the ceremonial vessel, I will provide to declare war as planned. Hermione shall assist you in your mission. You may discuss this further with her, Alex concludes before leaving. They're already falling to the ground formation. Hermione mutters softly as she watches Alex leave his elite forces. She turns back to you and looks at you. She bows to indicate her support. Nitavia, I was hoping to ask the Recommenson team to assist in locating the ceremonial vessel, but they have yet to return from their mission into the forest. I feel that they have been gone far too long. Hermione appears anxious. It is said that this is no ordinary forest. Compressed to refuse any function inside, only the Alvians have been known to travel through it freely. You turn and look at the red forest. Though it's capitally beautiful, something unexpected, eerie, something to be emanated from it. I am worried that they have been ambushed by the Alvians. Perhaps we should head into the forest to search for them. Hermione trails off. You recall Hermione's valiant effort in Raymond's reach, but worry she will not think twice before putting her life in danger again. You quickly volunteer to enter the forest before she is able to say any more. You mean you're willing to set foot in there alone? You're no ordinary person, Octavia. Just anyone who can find the help for the recompense team. It's you. Please be careful. Hermione bows respectfully. Octavia, is that you? Harold cautiously scans the area with his eyes and relieves a heavy sigh of relief when he sees you. He immediately observes that Harold's team, including him, is wounded. Just as Harold begins to speak, he slips into a vicious coughing fit. Oh, I can do a vicious coughing fit. I barely even fake it. Like, dude. You worry his injuries are far more serious than they appear. You place your arm around Harold's shoulder to study him and lead him to sit and rest. You ask what happened to him and his team. We were attacked by a swarm of mantises during our mission. I fear my team is too wounded to go on. Harold again interrupted into a coughing fit, which appears to be worsening. You reach a hand out to him, but he waves it away. I'm alright, but I'm worried for my comrades. If the mantises were to attack again, we would not last long. Octavia, you pledge to Harold that you continue onwards to see that you will eliminate the mantises surrounding the area. Though he is intimately restless, you are able to persuade him and to stay behind with his team. I'll stay here. Our fate rests with you. Harold looks at you, unsure what else to say, but you can tell he's grateful for yourself, but struggling with feelings of disappointment in himself. This is a little too easy. Especially now that I know exactly where everything spawns. It's easy. I cannot thank you enough. The safety of my team means a great deal to me. Harold sighs with relief by hearing the mantises are no longer a threat. I just now recalled something. While we were under attack, a member of my team spotted an avalanche shaman hiding nearby amongst the trees. Could it be that he was manipulating the mantises? You nod your head gravely. It all strikes to you as eerie and similar to the situation the villagers encountered with the snappers. You wonder if the Albions possess the ability to alter the behavior of bears. Same could be done with the insects as well. We are attempting to obtain the enemy intellect, but the mantises attacked us without warning. I should have seen it coming. This is all my fault. Harold trembles with rage as this proceeds incontentness. His face becomes flushed with humiliation. We must complete our mission, no matter what perils involved, but we cannot do so until everyone is treated for their wounds. Harold surveys his team with a concerned look. You lay a comforting hand on Harold's shoulder and volunteer to search for medical herbs. You convince him to sit still with his team and rest. I'm grateful to be able to rely on you, Harold says sincerely. and done. Have you found them? Harold carefully accepts the herbs you have collected, ignoring his own accepted energies. He sets about preparing his healing stage. The treatment is only temporary, but this will have to do for now. Harold finishes preparing the salve, holding it out to you, neglecting to use it on himself first. Octavia, please hurry and distribute the salve to the wounded. Unconcerned with his own wounds, he places all the healing salves in your hand. You try to convince him to take a portion of the salve to use on his own injuries while you disperse the rest to the team. I see my comrades' conditions are already improving, and I have you to thank for that. You tell Harold that you have circulated healing salves around to the wounded just as he requested. He closes his eyes and sighs, finally reassured. Then take some yourself, you dummy! Thanks again for your help, Nightavia. It seems we are out of the woods, so to speak, but not yet out of the forest. Harold laughs. Wirely? Although his injuries have improved, he still appears ashen. I must ready the team to resume the mission. You gently take hold of Harold's arm to stop him. You tell him that though his team's injuries are much improved, they are in no shape to continue, and it's best that we return to the military encampment. Nightavia, I'm afraid we have relied on you too greatly. Even if we are still weak, we cannot simply allow you to do everything in our stead. That is not right. Harold's voice grows louder and louder until he's nearly shouting. After listening to him calmly, you take a moment to think and tell Harold about your mission to look for the ceremonial vessel at Roston Camp. Agreed that locating the ceremonial vessel is the best chance of solving this mess peacefully. If you wish to slip into the bandits' camp undetected, though, you will be well served to bring along with as few people as possible. After thinking silently for a moment, Harold looks up at you. Then it's so. My team and I will return to the military encampment and leave the search for the ceremonial vessel on your own. There's one other thing, Nightavia. As my team and I were retreating from the attack, we saw what looked like to be another group of people in the forest. Harold gestures over to where they were last spotted. It looks like if they were being chased by something or someone. But none of us got a good look. It all happened so quickly. I doubt that they could be up to anything good, though, being in the forest at a time like this. If you happen to come across them, urge them to leave this place at once. After all, a war is about to break out, Harold says solemnly. There is more to this forest than meets the eye, I'm afraid. Whatever creature is under the Albian's control is more dangerous than we could have imagined. Please be careful. Just a lot of yada nada dragon stuff. What most of this is tonight. Not a lot of fighting, just a lot of yada not dragon. Who's there? You better show yourself. You approach a group of people attempting to hide by the roadside. One of them steps forward hesitantly. You explain to Hens your purpose of being in the forest and warn him and his group that war is coming. Then you ask about the situation. We're members of the treasure hunters. We only wanted to check out this forest a bit, but I guess we ventured in too deeply. We came across the bandit camp along the way, but we didn't get but a minute to look around before a group of giants up and attacked us. You bet we scrammed right out of there. What if the giants are still nearby? Maybe they're coming back this way at the very moment. Hines, obviously frightened, turns nervously to inspect the other end of the road. He still wanted to go, so. You dealt with him? Thanks, you're real something. Hines fiercely claps at you in the back. Oh yes, to show our appreciation for you saving our rears, I'll let you in on some information you'll no doubt find very interesting. You said you were looking for a ceremonial vessel, yet? Hens leans closer to you and whispers revealed just loudly enough for you to hear. It just so happens that when we came across that camp earlier, I had just enough time to get me a closer look. I overhear the bandits discussing something about a value of Albion ceremonial vessel, and something having to do with trade. What's more, according to our own information, these bandits are known around these parts as the Sidewinders. Apparently, they sell whatever loot they steal on the black market. I bet if anything, it was them who took the ceremonial vessel and blamed villagers. It's clear to anyone that you have got some special skills. So why not just go into the camp, find the ceremonial vessels, and get rid of a bunch of those bandits while you're at it? Hence, appears jumpy as though you are unsure why. Master, perhaps he's onto something. Couldn't hurt to take a closer look, merely suggests. You consider for a moment and decide whether to have a look around the bandit's camp, hoping garner some useful information there. Hey, Tavia, what are you doing here? Abern stares at you merely with genuine surprise. You feel it, Arboron. What has happened, as well as what Hines told you about the Sidewinders. You ask him that he and his team have managed to learn. The bandits and have the ceremonial festival, Arboron asked, with utterly bewildering inspection. Earlier, we sent some of our own people into the camp to investigate, and though we have discovered the bandits have amassed a strangling amount of treasure, there are no ceremonial vessels to be found, and Arboron pauses briefly before continuing. We have observed that the bandits speaking openly with the Albions. As such, it appears unlikely that the bandits have stolen anything belonging to them. What does it seem likely that the Albions and the Sidewinders are plotting together to invade the village? No doubt they're using the staffs of the ceremonial vessels for justification, if it was ever stolen to begin. After hearing Albin's theory, you cannot help but sense something is amiss, but without evidence to support this feeling, you can't act upon it. Time is running out. You take a moment to consider the disrupting new information and ultimately realizing you must do more than merely investigate the bet in the title. You reveal to Emran that you have decided to attack the Sidewinders in their camp. I see. Of course, if there's anything you need, my team and I will do our very best to help. Emran bids you good luck in your mission before saluting you. Let's do this. What was I attacking? That wasn't a bruiser. Or a scam. Hecha! I'm Bertha. I'm a member of the Treasure Hunters. She reveals upon your approach. The others told me about you. Me? I'm afraid I'm after the bread and its treasure. Perhaps we can both get what we want if we work together. Yeah, that doesn't sound suspicious at all. I've been impersonating a bandit here in camp for some time now, trying to figure out how to get my hands on treasure they have stockpiled. So, they're not strong in numbers. Security is extremely tight. If we're going to get through with this, we're going to have to get real creative. I have guns. How much more creative do you need? The time I start here help me to put together a mighty plan, and all starts with setting their armory on fire. A lit torch. It's getting lit. Dabs. I need to tell you that I dabbed because you can't see otherwise because I'm just a YouTuber and I don't have a dab key, okay? I don't have I dabbed, okay? Hiya! Hiya! Ha! Easy. Ah, run! Oh, you want to go? You want to go? I'll go. Ha! If they didn't know that we were here before, they certainly know it now. Bertha Sickers, as thick as the black smoke fills the as thick black smoke fills the camp. You watch as heavy smoke billows in from all directions. The fire has spread more quickly than you had anticipated. It appears likely that it's getting out of control. I went and set fire to other things as well. More fire equals more mayhem. I think we know the name of the episode for the archive. Bertha shrugs, seemingly unfazed by the swelling inferno engulfed in flames. I located the bandit's boss too. You should take care of him now while everyone else is busy dealing with the fire. The Sugstand guard shouldn't be a problem for you. Quickly, this is the chance we've been waiting for. Hiya! Who all are you? Yep, not suspicious at all. Damn, she got away. He fumes, looking for where Bertha could escape. Unable to catch her, the soldiers return moments later. Bertha is long gone. Hubbard sighs in disappointment. How dare they lie to the Templars? This cannot go unpunished. Hubbard's disappointment has turned to outrage. Curses! I can't believe we were tricked, Merely says, also livid. Everyone seems furious after having fallen victim to the treasure hunters and their scheme. Setting your own anger aside, you take a moment to think. If the treasure hunters were clever enough to set such a cunning trap, they might also know more than they originally let on. You make up your mind to find and question Hans. Don't you dare try to run, Merely shouts at Hans, who is attempting to flee. You both charge after him. He grabs Hans by his shirt, then shove him roughly to the ground. Let me go! I said let me go, damn it! Hans struggles in vain as he held fast. I ain't got a clue about what you're talking about. I'm innocent, I tell ya. Hans starts to blubber and cover his face with his hands. You lay out him in detail every lie the treasure hunters told and angrily demand an explanation. As Hans withdraws his hand, you are startled to see that the once pitiful expression they recovered has changed entirely. They think they're so clever. The bandits and the Templars, pah, the fools. They fell too easily for our little ruse. Yet you still have the nerve to stand here acting all high and mighty. You best believe you sorely underestimated the treasure hunters. Comrades, let's show them just how much. Ah! It's simple. He's underestimating my power. You underestimate my power, Hans. You underestimated my power. Curses! You easily wipe the floor with every member of the treasure hunters within a few moments. Hans, you underestimated my power. Underestimated me. Hold on, before we get any closer, I feel like... It's over, treasure hunters! I have the high ground! Wait, no, it'd be better over here, because then they can see me. It's over, the treasure hunters! I have the high ground! Okay, onwards. Anyways, back to our submission. Curses, you were evil. His garnished his teeth, swearing and seething with rage that you pinned him back to the ground. You interrogate Hans to get to the bottom of their ploy. Ha! You still don't get it, do you? You're even greater moron than I thought. I want to hold... can we just imagine Nightavia just, like, holding a gun to the guy's head? Just being like, you best be telling me what I want, boy. I have guns. We're the treasure hunters. What do you think we were doing all this for? You saw that the treasures the bandits were hoarding. Don't tell me you never crossed you in your mind to take it. The only reason we're here in this cursed place to begin with was to get our hands on that loot. But the bandits' security proved tougher than we anticipated. It was pure coincidence that Gaston and Tokens were fixing to go to war. So naturally, we used it to our advantage. You betrayed me! You fool! Now that I got what I want, just let's imagine that we shoot him. I'm kidding, he probably has more to say. I'm done, I told you everything. Let me go! Damn you all to hell! Han struggles to break free of your grip, holding him to the ground. You find no reason to detain the treasure hunters any longer and really sense. You carefully contemplate what to do next. Master, the war hasn't begun yet. Perhaps it's time we spoke with the Alvians face to face, merely suggests. Realizing time is of the essence, you give merely a quick nod, then ask Hansworth to find Toka, the Avalon tribe. You want to find the Avalon tribe? I didn't think you were stupid and foolish. Did I not step on the high ground just to make it one single joke? You are not willing. You do not understand how far I'm willing to go for something stupid, Hans. I can't think of a worse idea. Haven't you heard they already got trained poisonous snakes surrounding the tribe? I said they're thinking he got paid to hell. Pain squats at you most opened in shock. You plan to see the Avions. Even if there are poisonous snakes, Master and I will handle them just fine. We only use the sidelines, Cat. You're like the least used of my Eidolons, okay? So shut up, merely. You clearly got a death wish, so I ain't gonna stand right in your way. Keep heading southwest in here, and you'll eventually reach the tribe. Not like it really matters how much the direction you go. Just like for the poisonous snakes. Heh, good luck, you're gonna need it. Hand smirks. You got some nerve, boy. You got some nerve. Some nerve. Halt! Human, you have no business here. As you approach the tribal gate, a Toka guard steps in forward and confronts you. You have no choice but to heed to his command. You inform the Toka guard that you wish to meet with the tribal chief to make sure to mention this airmail vessel. He glares at you, obvious mistrustful of your motives, but reluctantly leaves to deliver your message. When the guard finally returns, you sense a mood suddenly changed, and not for the better. If earlier the Alvians were attempting to conceal their content, they're certainly no longer. The tribal chief has instructed me to relay the following message. The guard clears his throat, looking at you cheerily, making sure to overemphasize each word. He continues. Now leave, filthy swine, we Alvians of the Toka. Hold on. Leave now, filthy swine. We, the Avion Toka's only wish is death to humans. Master, clearly the Avians no longer would deserve your patience. And obviously ruffled by this, the Bastion respect, merely is unable to remain silent any longer. You nail your gates at the garden and assert that with no uncertain terms that the tribal chief will once more reject your request to meet, and you will be left with no option but to force your way inside. Such insolence! How dare you make such a threat, you despicable human! Guard, show our visitor how the Alvians dispose of vermin. Oh! Do I need to get on some more high ground? Attention, accepting this quest will enter a brawl with the Toka guards. We'll defeat the guards first, and then we'll get on the high ground and make the joke again. Okay. We have high ground. It's over, Toka guard. We have the high ground. hell did you? He looks about another shock and defeat of his comrades. Cursed humans, you will pay dearly for this. Our warriors will hunt down and destroy you before you can even catch a glimpse of the tribal chief. The guard bellows. Master, we must be quick. It merely urges you to enter the camp. There's more important things to do in exchange than start with the Toka guards. The time is running out. You must speak with the tribal chief at once. You decide to keep moving and ignore the guard who continues to hurl threats even as you disappear into the gates. Hey! Hey! Hi! I didn't even want to fight you, snake! Ha! Ha! Nativia, wait. As you push on forward to the camp, an Avian suddenly leaps out from nowhere and motions you to stop. How the fuck does it know my name? Listen to me. I've been sent by Lord Alex to help you. That makes sense. Alright. Cool. The Avian cautiously flashes you the Templar insignia as proof of his true identity. The tribal chief resides just over there. He says, pointing to a portion of the camp not far ahead. You know a large number of the guards were patrolling the area, and decide the Albion is most likely to be truthful. Trust me, his bodyguards are the very best they got. You won't be able to simply charge through like this, as you did the gates. I say you make a run for it and keep out of sight while I try to buy a little more time with the guards, the Albion suggests. He clearly underestimates our abilities. Do I need to get on more high ground? I will get to the toppest point of this map and look down at everybody and be like, it's over. I have the high ground. I always have the high ground. Because I'm strong and powerful. You agree with me, earlier. The time is running out and you refuse to waste time lying around. Low. Wait, where are you going? Come back. You ignore the Albian's calls and hurry back to where he said the tribal chief would be. He underestimates my power. Huh? You might have had a plan, Bucko, but we don't need your plan, Bucko. Wait, he's a bird. Huh? I'm just making a big commotion in this whole place. And nobody seems to be batting like 3 eyes. No eyes are beaten. Hat. Nailed it. To the chief. Then it's settled. The rest is in your hands now. You have my word that the people will not attack Katan. We, the Albion Atoka, will always keep our words. Wait, what? I have marked the routes here taken by my scouts, Cuba says, handing you a detailed map. That Cuba entrusted you with such important information further assures of your sincerity. You accept the map with care. Simply follow it. You should have no trouble trouble finding my scouts. He will work with you. You follow the map to an area not far outside the tribe and spot an Alvan lying prone on the side ride. Assuming that he's Kubo's scout, you rush to his aid. You check his pulse, finding him alive but unconscious. Master, look, something's happening to the altar, Marilee says anxiously, trying to seize your attention. You quickly turn to look. In an instant, a sense of wave of powerful magic immersing from it. You rush to the altar. Time for cutscene. Oh, wait, no, we have to rush to it first, then cutscene. Now cutscene. Now it's time for epic battle scene! Because when in doubt, you need an epic battle scene. I like how we just have like lo-fi music and then also just motherfucking epic battle music. We should have epic battle music because epic fight. But it's fine. Oh, no worries. We'll defeat him later. Epic battle! Yay! Happy-ish ending! It's over now. night, you return to the ceremonial vessel to took a trap before going back to Katan Village. Nativia, I was not informed that you have returned from your mission. And what's up the ceremonial vessel? Alex looks up from where you finalized battle preparations and generally surprised to see you're back. Oh, by the way, no need for those battle preparations because your girl solved everything. Oh, and we leveled up. Cool. I'll take that innovation, please. You inform Alex that you have successfully returned the ceremonial vessel to Tokas. Also, to report the encounters of General Winston, demon spirit. You do not, however, make mention of Mia or Maya. What is that? You saw Winston? Impossible! You recount to Alex in detail what you saw in order to confirm that it truly was the General. A troubled expression spread across his face. The features you described do indeed sound like those of Victoria's father, General Winston. But man died gloriously in battle some time ago. It simply could not have been him you saw, Alex said, shaking his head. If it was in fact the General Winston back from the dead, it may be wise for us to learn how and why. Alex, well known as a man of logic and action, finds himself unable to. I'm sorry, I couldn't say Alex, well known as a man of logic and action. It was a straight fucking face. And himself unable to apply either skill in particular instance. There's not much to go on, I'm afraid. Not even enough for a speculation. If any case, what matters is the issue concerning the Aviance of Katem has been resolved. I'm sorry I didn't listen to your advice. You find yourself taken back by Alex's apology. You reminded me of something that once the Grand Bishop Beolius once said. That one is truly strong when attempting to solve a problem without the use of force, desperate, despite having the ability to do so. It's both a valuable warning not to abuse our powers and powerful suggestion that we should strive to care for others. Perhaps my thoughts are still over preoccupied by the Shadow Knight, Alex says. In a rare moment, he appears almost vulnerable. You regard him compassionately, recalling what took place at Canyon Marsh, and decide to leave Alex to his thoughts for the time being. You head up to tell Abiram about the ceremonial vessel's return to Toka. Is it true that ceremonial vessel has been returned to the Alvians? If that's so, it means there's no more threat of war. O'Brien flatters over his words, not yet allowing himself to believe it. Oh my, this indeed is a glorious day. I do not know how I could possibly thank you enough. You nodded politely in reception of his gratitude. Albion is most eradicated. He appears almost ready to burst. You kindly pat him on the back, and after a moment his composure is restored. Really, I cannot thank you enough. Had it not been for you, I do not want to imagine what could have happened to my people, or village. I want to apologize once more for how we treated the Templars when they first arrived. If there is anything the church requires in the future, Catan will offer its full support. I'll send Boris in a formal display of gratitude. After reporting to Albertine, you ponder what you might do to lift Alex's spirit. Upon returning to the military encampment, however, you're amazed to find him engaged with the troops in a lighthearted conversation. Natavia, I have ordered the soldiers to stand down. Thank you for informing the village chief. Why are you looking at me in that way? You vowed to never again feel such pity for this. As we should. No pity for Alex, guys. No pity for Alex. Since this mess is finally sorted, it's time to speak with Gus. Do not be fooled by his serene exterior. I can assure you underneath it lies a great reservoir of worry. One of these days it's bound to erupt in the form of a ghastly archive. These are a few loose ends I must attend to here. I will not return to Natavia until I'm confident with contents is fully secured. I leave you to report back on your own. You spot Gus in the distance, waiting anxiously to think back to what Alex said. Natavia, how is Katon? Has anything else happened? Gus asks, eyeing you carefully. You hastily shake your head, clear your throat, and proceed to report the situation to Gus. You also tell him that your encounter with the demon, but leave out any mention of Maya. You say you saw a demon. I cannot say that it's unusually a good thing, but I'm glad to hear that the conflict has been finally resolved. Like Alex, Gus is unsure of what to make of it, and appears reluctant to pursue further. It's all thanks to you, Natavia. The things ended as they did. Gus says, finally looking somewhat relieved. He smiles at you warmly. I know it's a little, late, but I think this is a good time to end. I know it's a little bit of a shorter stream, but we're probably gonna be having a bonus stream on Friday. Most likely. I don't know. Like I said, might be some Gartic film with the friendos. Maybe some stuff tasted out with the friendos. Who knows? But you can rest assured it's gonna be fun. Anyways, before we end stuff, Alexa, tell us an interesting fact. Well, there's our interesting fact. As you can see beside me, we have the week schedule. So, no stream tomorrow. That is absolutely certain because I want to watch Obi-Wan. Of course, because big Star Wars fan. If you can't tell, then I am. Big Star Wars nerd I am. Actually, that's more Nova, but you know, we're the same person technically, so we kind of have the same interests. So, our really only different interest is she's all about the hope and I'm about the despair. That's simple. But we'll be back on Thursday for Danganronpa S Ultimate Summer Camp, Week 9, Robot Night. I'm really excited for Robot Night if you can't tell. It's kind of a thing that, you know, Kibo is like my favorite character of all of Danganronpa. So, as you can tell, I am super pumped. Yeah, I don't leave anything out here. So, yeah, I'm gonna see if there's anyone I want to raid quickly. The answer kind of looks like probably we're just gonna wrap things up. That sounds like a good plan. I'm sorry about the shorter stream, but like I said, I want to make sure I get to bed at a reasonable time so that I can get up so like Nova can get up in the morning and, you know, actually go do her job because we need money. Like actual money. Like I appreciate the channel tokens that people will use to pay this month's rent. Actually, I don't think this month has been paid, but I think if I tally up all the times somebody actually paid rent, I think we're covered until August. So, yeah. I think we started those at the top of the year this year too, because I came up with that idea during Christmas break and I added it, and I was just like, well, we can't really do anything with that. But, you know, we also, you know, there's a bunch of things we can do. So, if you're ever looking for something to waste trainer points on, yeah, we have a bunch of things you could waste them on. Or, you know, you could save up for the best sticker ever. It's so cool. Oh, thanks for paying this month's rent. Yeah. Now we're good till September. If I did all my math correctly. I can't remember. But, and thanks. Hey, it's Lenka for the follow. Sorry we're just wrapping up here, but I'll be back Thursday. For sure. And Friday is a huge maybe if we are streaming or not. So, and what's that stream gonna be? I have no clue. I never do for bonus streams. I just make it up as I go. That's how it always is. So, anyways, like I said, that's all we have for tonight. I do not have anyone in whom I can raid, so sorry for anyone who was wanting to raid tonight. I really do enjoy raiding, but that's unfortunately something we can't do all the time because friendos aren't always online. But I hope you guys have a good night. That would be very helpful. If you guys could all promise to have a good night. Anyways, good night. I'm really bad at ending stuff.